In this set of videos, we're going to work through the practice final exam from intermediate algebra. So we'll work 5 questions at a time. For this one, it says, in which set or sets of numbers would you find the number negative 1.8344 repeating? So in order to classify this number, we need to know what these different types of numbers are: rational, irrational, integer, natural, real, and whole number. I'm going to start with the smallest set of these numbers, smallest in the sense that it has the fewest type of numbers. The natural numbers are going to be our counting numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. The next one takes those counting numbers and throws a 0 in there, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And then we have the integers, and the integers are the counting numbers, 1, 2, 3, and so on. It includes 0, and it includes the opposites of the counting numbers, negative 1, negative 2, and so on. Then we have the rational numbers, and rational numbers are numbers that can be written as fractions. So we write P over Q, where P and Q are integers. So any number that can be written in the form of a fraction, where both the numerator and denominator are integers, is considered a rational number. Then irrational numbers are all the numbers that are not rational. So these are the real numbers that cannot be written as fractions. The real numbers that are not rational numbers. Our real numbers encompass all of these types. So a real number will be rational or irrational. So basically, if you think of our number line, any number that we could place on that number line somewhere is considered a real number. So let's examine this number right here, negative 1.83 with 4, 4 repeating. So we can eliminate some groups here. So taking a look at our natural numbers, those are the counting numbers. Negative 1.83 with 4, 4 repeating is not a counting number, it's not a whole number, and it's not an integer. So because our integers are the counting numbers, the opposites of our counting numbers, and 0, we know that negative 1.8344 repeating does not fit into that or the whole number category. So since the real numbers encompass all of the numbers that can be on the number line, this is a real number, and we just have to figure out which category it falls into. Is it a rational number or is it an irrational number? This one is going to be a rational number. For decimal formats, any terminating decimal is rational, as well as any repeating decimal. So if you have a pattern like this one, so this bar, 4, 4 repeats over and over again. So because it has a repeating pattern, it will be a rational number. If your decimal form is infinite and non-repeating, then we would put it in the irrational numbers. So this is a rational number and a real number. this question, we have the following expression gives the approximate value of the total average credit card debt in a U.S. household in dollars T years after 1995. So this is the expression 400T plus 5030. Use this expression to predict what the total average credit card debt was or will be in the year 2016. We've got this hint down here. The key here is to keep in mind that T is the year since 1995, not the actual year. So we are given 2016. So to find T, we need to figure out how many years after 1995 is 2016. So we're going to do 2016 minus 1995 to figure out how many years after. And that's going to be, sorry, just grabbing my calculator here, 2016 minus 1995. That's 21 years. And that means we're using T as 21. And we'll plug 21 into the expression. We have 400 times 21 plus 5030. So 400 times 21 is 8,400 plus 5,030. That's 13,430. So the average total credit card debt in the U.S. in 2016 is predicted to be 13,430. For this question, we want to solve the equation for the given variable. If your answer is a fraction, we want to write it in reduced fractional form. We don't want to convert that answer to a decimal. We have y over 5 plus y over 6 equals 6/5. That's our equation. Now, our equation has fractions in it. I'm going to use a method called clearing fractions to solve this. And with clearing fractions, the first thing we want to do is find the least common multiple of 5 and 6, and that's 30. We're going to multiply every term by that least common multiple. So 30 times y over 5 plus 30 times y over 6 plus 30 times 6 over 5. And what this does is it cancels out the denominators of these fractions. 5 divides into 36 times, so that gives us 6y. Then we have 6 dividing into 35 times, we have 5y, and 5 divides into 36 times, and we have 6 times 6, which is 36. So that step of multiplying the least common multiple times every term canceled out all of those fractions and makes this a little bit easier for us to solve. We can combine like terms. 6y plus 5y is 11y, and we'll divide by 11, and we have 36 over 11 as our solution. This is already reduced, so we're going to leave that in this form, 36 over 11. For this question, we want to solve the equation for x. We have 5 times x plus 2 equals negative 7 times x minus 7 minus 2. We're going to start by making each side of the equal sign as simple as possible. That means removing parentheses with the distributive property and combining like terms. So with the distributive property, I'll distribute 5 to both of these terms, giving 5x plus 10 plus 2. I'll use the distributive property on the right. Negative 7 times x is negative 7x. Negative 7 times negative 7 is a positive 49. We'll carry down the minus 2. So we have like terms on the left side and like terms on the right side. So we'll combine the like terms to get 5x plus 12 equals negative 7x plus 47. Now that I've got each side as simple as possible, I want to collect the x's onto one side and all other terms on the other side. I'm going to collect the x's by adding 7x to both sides. That's 12x plus 12 equals 47. And now I'll get x by itself. Subtracting 12 on both sides gives 12x equals 36. Excuse me, that's 35. And I'll divide both sides by 12 to get x by itself, and we have our solution of 35 over 12. For this question, we want to solve the following formula for x. We have the formula y equals 3mx plus 8b. And solving for x means that we want to have x as the only thing on one side of the equation. So I want to remove this plus 8b as well as the 3m. I'm going to remove any adding or subtracting first. So I have a plus 8b, so I'll subtract 8b. It's y minus 8b equals 3mx. And 3m is multiplied by x. So I'm going to divide by 3m on both sides. And I've solved the formula for x. And that's y minus 8b over 3m. Thank you for checking out my videos. Have a great day.